Tuesday, and well, I don't know who I'm going to have or whatever. I've got everything planned out for everybody of what they can do, but if people don't show up or whatever, I got to readapt. That's part of this whole job, is who doesn't show up, what needs to be done, what materials we have or what's coming, so that everything runs in a smooth fashion. At least that's the basic plan anyway. Everybody except one mason showed up. Maybe he'll be there when I get back, I don't know. So everybody's got stuff to do. I had to run home, have a little something to eat, and then pick up a few plumbing parts I need, because I'm having one of the guys, I got to put some more water lines into the cistern tank building, so we have different ways to feed that, either from city water or town water, and then I just needed the fittings. I've got the pipes there, so I figured, well, I can use my pipes. This section, this building, didn't have any footing underneath, so I'm taking the bottom out down here little by little, and we're going to put a new footing in all the way across, but only bit by bit, because if I do it too quick, God only knows what will happen. So bit by bit, we'll put a new. It's going well. Just didn't have one mason, but the mason and two helpers are there, so everybody's got something to do. That's not a problem. And this afternoon, there'll be even more. Well, short lunch. I've got to head out. I've got to get a couple metal cutting grinder blades. What's with the speakers? Some big speakers back there. Anyway, I got to get a couple grinder blades, because I need to do some metal cutting this afternoon, and that's coming up right off, so I couldn't afford to just say, well, I'll be back later type thing, because they need the stuff to do. And I've got, I think somebody's coming up to look at the roof tiles, but we're only going to give out a certain amount of information on that one. So, you know, you see that one of the main things I do is construction. And in that regard, construction here is so different in a lot of respects, because in this particular case, you know, I'm waiting for supplies to come. And the boat was supposed to come yesterday or today. It didn't come because it got tied up on another island. So it's supposed to be here tomorrow morning. Now that's just some of the things. So, okay, that's only a day delay. But now what happens is, next week I've got a couple pallets of paint coming in. And the guys are getting low on paint. So what happens is, the boat comes in on Wednesday. Now the following week, because of this delay, it gets delayed again. So it's later into next week before the next boat comes, which brings my paint and a bunch of other stuff. whereas I kind of expected that this week, but that didn't happen because the shipper couldn't take it. So you sit and then you constantly have to be rechanging the plans as to what you're doing, how you're going to do it, where you're going to, that whole thing, because, okay, you're waiting for cement. Oh, the cement doesn't come in. You're waiting for paint. Okay, so you guys have to do this instead because we only have this much left. And it's one of those kind of constant things of having to readapt almost every day. It's not like you make the plans. One, you don't know who's going to show up. Hopefully all the guys show up. But like today, one of the masons didn't show up. So I had things planned out for him to do, but he didn't show up. So I had to have his helper do some of it. And then I put some of the other masons doing something else. When the paint comes, if the paint gets delayed too long, then I have to figure out what to do with the painters to keep them now, okay, so I can make them do, but it's that constant changing of every day you go in, figure out what you're going to do, adapt it to what's coming or not coming, and the whole process is very time consuming and requires a lot of thought to it. It's not like doing it in the US, and that's why a lot of people who come here to build think that, oh, it's just like building, it's building anywhere. No, it is a totally different creature altogether. It's sort of like a house kitty and a mountain lion. Yes, they're both kitties, but they're two different ones. So when you come and you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to build a house in Eleuthera, it's going to be easy, there are so many different aspects that you have to look at from the beginning of the project all the way through. And all of this adds to the cost of doing that project, because every little delay means you're going to change this, you're going to use this guy over here, and that's how it goes. That's, one of the aspects of building in Eleuthera. So keep that in mind if you're thinking of building here. It's not like building in other places, unfortunately.